Well, many honors programs across the nation really focus heavily on recruiting the best and brightest for their programs, and we certainly do that as well. However, we began to think about, are we really producing graduates that will really make a difference in the world? And I happened to read in a newspaper about an employer study that was done with 200 of the top employers and the highest officials in the leading graduate and professional schools across the nation. And I took a look at that survey and noticed that they listed a lot of outcomes that they said not only were important for getting into professional life, but for really succeeding. And I had to ask myself, do I know if our honor students are actually meeting those outcomes? And I wasn't quite sure, so I thought it might be important for us to design a program where we're certain that students are able, when they graduate, to really excel in the world ahead. And as we know, the world is pretty turbulent. Most college graduates are going to change jobs 4 or 5 times. We live in times of financial and economic stress, lots of changes through technology and other means. And so we really want our students to be ready and well prepared to do well in life. So we decided to fashion the program around those outcomes, which are fairly ambitious. They're outcomes like being able to cross cultural, racial, and ethnic boundaries to be able to work toward the common good, being able to marshal a diverse team of people to solve or address a problem, being able to know who you are as a person and act on those values that you believe in fervently, and so forth. Because those outcomes are really ambitious, we decided that we would create a program that steadily helps students to move toward them. So we created 3 tiers. So the first tier, students come in, we really work with them closely through individualized advising sessions and a 1 credit hour course to help them to figure out what they want to do in college. What's their passion? What are their values, their beliefs, their goals? And can we design a plan of study where they can do all those things and gain the foundational competencies so that they can succeed? That's really what Tier 1 is all about. The second tier that students will meet when they come into their middle years of college is really helping them to engage in those activities for which they're passionate about. Those activities that are important either inside the classroom or outside the classroom through internships, study abroad, research opportunities, co-curricular events, student organizations, and so forth, because students in the honors program learn inside and outside the classroom in very rich ways. So they get to select those experiences where they will be able to work side by side with staff and faculty to take ownership increasingly of their own educational path. And then by the time they reach their 3rd tier, which is in their upper years, their junior and senior years, those outcomes really help the student to begin to design their own projects that are revolving around their own passions, interests, and values. So students might create their own community service events. They may design their own research project and publish it in a journal. They may decide that they want to do a new initiative in their fraternity or sorority that helps to recruit new members. They get to decide, but we will help guide them all along the way.